Welcome to our channel. Today, we have the following news. The reasons behind the spectacular failure of Feud. Despite being one of the most anticipated costume dramas of 2025, Feud, starring by Lu and Zhang Shengxi, has turned out to be a major disappointment. After airing nearly three-quarters of its episodes, the series still struggles to surpass the 50 million daily views mark, an underwhelming figure when compared to recent hits like The Legend of Zhang Hai and The Prisoner of Beauty. In the Chinese drama industry, where viewership numbers speak louder than words, Feud is now widely recognized as a commercial and critical flop. The reasons for this failure have been thoroughly dissected by the media, with many pointing to serious flaws in multiple aspects of the production. A major culprit, according to the Chinese entertainment portal Sohu, is the weak and unconvincing script. Viewers were left frustrated within the first few episodes when the female lead Li Qingyu, portrayed by Bai Lu, inexplicably fell in love with the disciple of her family's murderer shortly after witnessing her entire household being slaughtered. This nonsensical plot twist was heavily criticized for disregarding basic human emotion and logic, leading audiences to label the heroine as blindly in love to the point of absurdity. The character's decisions lacked credibility and empathy, immediately alienating viewers who were expecting a strong, intelligent female protagonist in line with modern audience tastes. The male lead Bai Jiuxi, played by Zhang Shengxi, was also poorly written. Supposedly a noble and ethereal immortal untainted by mortal affairs, Bai Jiuxi loses his reason at the slightest provocation of love. As the plot unfolded, the male lead's actions felt equally inconsistent, driven not by character development but by the clumsy hand of the screenwriters forcing events into predictable, cliché territory. The dialogue, intended to be romantic and profound, instead became unbearably cheesy, filled with lines that even the most seasoned actors would struggle to deliver convincingly. With such a shallow script, not even talent or star power could rescue the show. Unfortunately, the acting performances did not redeem the series either. From the earliest episodes, Bai Lu was criticized for falling back into her typical acting patterns, glaring eyes, stomping feet, and an overly sweet smile that seemed out of place in tense or tragic scenes. Viewers who had hoped to see a new side of her were left disappointed by her lack of emotional range and depth. Zhang Shengxi fared no better. His performance was compared to that of an AI robot, with wooden facial expressions and awkward body language that left many wondering if he was truly invested in the role. Together, the two leads lacked any visible chemistry, a fatal flaw in a drama where the central romance was meant to drive the entire story. Their on-screen interactions felt forced and mechanical. Even the intimate scenes, such as hugs and confessions, failed to stir any emotions in the audience. Fans of the stars tried to excuse these shortcomings by blaming the poorly written script, but the reality is harsher. Both actors failed to rise above the material. Worse still, their lackluster performances were overshadowed by supporting actors, whose natural ease and sincerity on screen made the leads appear even weaker in comparison. Viewers were not only bored, they were actively turned off, some even voicing their disgust on social media. Considering its staggering budget of 300 million yuan, Feud should have dazzled with lavish production values. Instead, the opposite happened. Audiences mocked the show's cheap-looking special effects, some even joking that the CGI was worse than that of children's cartoons. The filters and color grading gave the entire series an unnatural, artificial sheen that destroyed any sense of immersion. Scenes that were meant to depict grand palaces or mystical realms appeared flat and fake, leading many to question, where did all the money go? Costume design was another area where Feud fell short. Rather than the elegant, detailed outfits expected of a fantasy epic, the characters were dressed in poorly made garments. Female characters appeared in rustic, uninspired dresses while the male warriors sported cheap-looking silver armor that some viewers compared to props from a bargain night market. The overall aesthetic was mocked as resembling an old photo studio, stripping the fantasy world of its supposed beauty, grandeur, and mystery. Some fans defended Bai Lu and Zhang Shengxi by shifting the blame onto the production team, claiming that the actors were victims of a bad script and careless direction. But Sohu bluntly refuted this defense, stating that the final burden always falls on the lead actors, whose abilities, or lack thereof, determine the show's fate. When the performances are this weak, no amount of justification can erase the audience's disappointment. The producer's reliance on a tired formula, pairing famous stars with a melodramatic, sensational plot and aggressive media hype, has also proven unsustainable. As viewers become more discerning and demand better storytelling, projects like Feud that offer only surface-level spectacle with no substance are destined to fail. In the end, Feud stands not only as a personal setback for Bai Lu and Zhang Shengxi but also as a cautionary tale for the entire Chinese historical drama industry. If producers continue to prioritize marketable names and quick returns over solid writing and artistic integrity, more failures like this are inevitable. While other recent fantasy works such as Chinese Paladin and The Journey of Flower succeeded thanks to tight plots and well-developed characters, Feud chose the shortcut, star power, shallow scripts, and cheap tricks. The result was a flop that, sadly, many had predicted from the very start.